Hold on, everybody. Hold on. Hold on. Earthquakes. California's deadly. It gets real raunchy here. That's much worse. Perfectly worse. Much worse. Hello, Pastor. I could not sleep. I felt like I slept for 12 hours, but I only slept for 14. And that's the weird thing, is like I can't even count to 14, so I don't know where I'm even getting that number. So I called the paramedics, called the governor. Governor's on his way over, hitching a ride with the paramedics. And we're gonna eat some brains, gain some knowledge, and we're gonna turn this ship around. We're gonna turn this ship around. In the meantime, we draw. And folks, just so you know, this is how you draw the inner workings of your head. This is a portrait of my imagination. I don't know if that's a self-portrait or not. But at the end of the day, does it even matter? We come from dust, we'll go back to the dust. Doesn't mean we can't have fun in between. At least that's my opinion. Hello, Denise. Or is it Denise? Or is it Denise? I'm pretty sure it's Denise. Sorry for all the rigmarole there, Denise. I tend to rigor with my rule a lot around these parts. But I do appreciate the company and the kind words. That's for darn sure. I'm just gonna have this thing going over that, like that. Don't forget, when you're drawing your own drawing, you can draw whatever the hell you want. Now, if all 10 of you wouldn't mind liking the video, that way other people will see this in the algorithm. And then we can all someday eat pie together and travel through time, as we were destined to do. I found a penny, and it was heads up. Where's my freaking coffee? Here it is. I've got rigor, I've got Moreau. I've got more rigor than more Moreau. So far, so good. Thanks, Denise. I appreciate that. You know, when you join the Storie Grubb cult, I mean the Storie Grubb club, the club. We're not allowed to say cult. Yeah. So no matter what, just remember that everything's going to be falling apart and nothing's ever going to be okay. That way you can come into the club with a new understanding of the way that life really is and how it all works and how each one of us bounces off of each other for all eternity. We run into the same people over and over and over, except sometimes those people are just like nebulas out in the middle of the cosmos. And we live trillions and trillions and trillions of years out there just hanging out together, talking, rapping, rigor, Merlin and stuff like that. And then one day those nebulas explode. And then trillions and trillions and beyond the concept of time and space later, we become these little weird beings that we are right now. where we can actually talk about nebulas and conceive of that kind of stuff. And yet, look at us, still monkeys on a rock throwing poop at the wall to see if it frickin' sticks. Well, I say make art and draw and become the nebula that you once were. Why not? And don't ever give in to this bullshit culture that tells you you can't be what you want to be or who you want to be. Not to say that you should do bad things either. Anytime I say that, somebody's like, well, I'm a serial killer. That's cool. Good for me. And I'm like, but you're a serial killer. And then they're like, yeah. And I'm like, oh crap, I'm looking in the mirror right now. I shouldn't. What the hell? Am I a serial killer? And then I start thinking about all these voices inside of my head, Denise, and I get kind of scared. And I think to myself, what a goddamn day it is to be alive. Oh, golly gosh darn dang. Thank you for bringing that up. The great question, darling. That was a great question. Perfect. Just absolutely. That's why I like my audience. They're just very smart. They're a smart bunch. Clever gaggle of bananas. I would never lead you astray. I draw because I want to. Nobody's gonna tell me what to do with my drawing. I make art because if I don't, I'll be a big pile of poo in the kitchen sink. Remember that, darling, when you're poaching the kitchen sink. Now I'm not one to tell them how to live their life, but if it were me, I'd be pooping in the bathroom, in the toilet, preferably, because that's the place you wanna go when you feeling so goddamn alone, and you gotta empty your soul into a big bucket or something like that. It's in the bathroom, baby. It's in the bathroom. The porcelain frown. My mom used to sing that to me every night for 13 years. Even when I went over to a friend's house, she would come over with her guitar and sing that. It was good. It was all right. Yeah. That was our little toilet song. Yeah. It's evolved over the years. And for example, I think it used to be an F minor diminished slab town boggy boogie blues tonality. I'm a technical person. Sorry to be so smart. It's embarrassing sometimes. Gosh, it's weird being a musician, or I consider myself more of just a goofball on the guitar these days. I used to write songs in a serious way, but it's interesting, being once you realize what kind of musician you are, and then everything in the past sort of like makes sense, because I'd be hanging out with these dudes who like all they cared about was sounding exactly like the record. If they were covering somebody's song, it had to sound just like it, and um, every little note and stuff like that had to be perfect. And I never, ever, ever wanted to play music because I wanted it to be perfect. As a matter of fact, the kind of music that I like is not perfect. And that's the most beautiful thing about it. And that's where art imitates life. And life is a rhythm. there's a constant beat to it. And whether you like it or not, that beat is inside of you. Because you got that gosh dang heart of yours pumping away, beating away, changing with the tide, with age, with experience, tempered, mal-tempered. Anyways, your me. Hey, Cat Rose. Your music isn't being perfect. Mix it. Thank you. I'm stretching right now. If that's why I'm making these noises. I wake up and my left leg is like hanging off the bed and it's sore as hell. And I go to put it on the bed and it's paralyzed and it says, "Leave me alone. I'm gone. You just take the rest of you and you just tell Mama that I love her." And I'm like, "No, leg. You're coming with me. We came all of this way. You are my leg." Besides, what am I going to do? Cut it off? I mean, it would grow back, but still. It takes like 3 days to grow back, and I'm an impatient person, Cat Rose. I might just call you I just might call you Cat. Sometimes it makes it easier just to call people by their God-given names. There's this person that comes on. Oh, I just love this person. His name is Monkey Leroy. Yeah. He's a sparkling his profile is a sparkling eyeball made of glass. And for some reason in his thing it's Leroy Monkey 1332 um dash 02, and his social security number is 555 and he seems like a pretty interesting person. You can look him up. I wouldn't Google him though. At least not through the images. I would do it through maps. It might be a little safer that way. Okay. The thing is, he doesn't even look like a monkey. I don't know why people do that. That would be like me putting on my channel like big hunk of beef artist. And I get thousands of people coming to my channel, but I won't lie to my people. I don't lie to you. I fib. I lie a lot, but I would never, ever, ever lie to you again today. Maybe in a little bit. But that's with your consent. It's like the creatures from Galaxy Quest that don't understand that acting is, well, they think it's just like lying. But that's where they were wrong, and that's where those people could have learned a valuable lesson, is that to live is to lie. To lie is to live. And all the other stuff. And that's pretty much it. That's gonna be on my headstone. Except I'm just gonna shorten it down to and all that other stuff. That'll be a lot easier. And cheaper. You're also a YouTube producer, you do animations and you draw and sing. Cool. Well, color me jealous. You know, I want to have people on my show, and I might have my friend Sleepy Seahorse, whose music I was playing earlier. Hold on, everybody. Let's get clever here. But yeah, he might be coming on the show tonight. I think I don't know if I've ever interviewed or even like had anybody on the show for a live stream. But my friends are really smart and they're funny. Sleepy Seahorse is really funny. And I think I've just always thought it would be a fun time. But I would also like to interview, not, you know what I mean by interview, just like basically just talk. And as the questions come up, uh, such as like I'm pretty good at just like random asking like really good questions randomly. Let's see. Um, what color is your toenails right now? And then there's this one question I had pre-prepared for the past 13 years to ask this gentleman that's coming on the air tonight. This son of a oh my god. It was just, how are you feeling today? I've been wanting to ask him that for 13 years, and it's been 17. So it's been a long. I've been waiting a long time. Plus, he owes me like $10. I'm gonna force him to pay me back on the broadcast. So it should be a good time. You know, we go way back, way back. I can only do requests to people who are subscribed. I'm sorry. Where do you think the baby giving birth to the flower rose made out of fish petals came from? These are all requests. This whole thing is one big request. Somebody was like, draw what my nightmares look like. And then another person was like, draw what my dreams look like. Draw what my fantasies look like, my fetishes. And I drew this in their name. And I only do requests to people who subscribe and send me thousands and thousands of dollars. Hasn't happened yet. But thanks for the question. That's a great question. Fantastic. I love my people. Now get off my lawn. In the meantime, to those who are serious, jeez, drink some coffee, take a load off and relax. We're here to chill, not take orders from Nazis. I'm just kidding, of course. To be like this just because it randomly gets people to want to see my YouTube animations. The reason I go into an alley every week. There's I started a little club a little while ago. It's called Art Club. I'm not supposed to talk about it. I think those are the first two rules. But this club is where I go to get my face rearranged, and then we all sit around and make art together. It's a wonderful club. But my face, this is why my face looks like this, because I expect that people want to come to my YouTube channel to see this ugly mug, rather than the old mug, which was pretty like much, could only hold like one cup of coffee. But now that my face is all messed up, and my brain is all battered and beaten and bruised and stuff, I. You know what I mean? That's where we're coming. That's where we're going, and I love you. What were we talking about again? I don't. Huh? I'm afraid of the future. I don't want to talk about it, but I'm afraid of the future. Um, I don't know how to draw car. I don't know how to draw soldier boy. I don't know that. I don't know these things. Most other people wouldn't dedicate 20 minutes of their live stream to you. Give me a break. Throw me a bone. Is this not good enough for you? Nah, I seriously don't do requests. Unless thousands and thousands and thousands of bananas or dollars are involved. I love bananas. No, I don't know how to draw cats. No, this is a commission actually, so I can't just go willy-nilly. Otherwise, I absolutely would draw a cat sitting on top of a soldier's head that's sitting on top of a car that's sitting on a dinosaur made of blood and guts and bones. That's what I did last week for a viewer. It's not that I haven't done that before, believe me. It's just that I have a strict schedule I'm supposed to abide by, and I can't break it. Besides, this isn't Request a Doodle Tuesday. This is request some peace Saturday morning. So it's just one of those things. It's on the schedule. If it's not on the schedule, it just doesn't exist. And I'm not allowed to vary it, or the producers. Did you guys hear that? I think the producers are waking up. The light just turned on in the window where they usually come and watch. Gosh. That freaked me out for a second. I'm not even supposed to be out here this early. And I'm blasting music and the windows are open. I have the disco ball down. I'm like drawing cars and soldiers and cats and shit out here. I'm not even supposed to be doing that or talking about it to anybody. It's not what I was put here to do. I know it sounds weird, but it's so freaking true. Do I ever mess up? Oh, you should see my hair. You should see my hair. My favorite color is dark black. Dark like the night. I live between those spaces, my love, and I shall never be coming back. But who would want to? I'd be running for the hills if I could afford it. It's funny. It's more expensive to live in the hills these days than it is to live within the prison bars of society. What a joke. I wake up every morning and I laugh for like 27 minutes because it's just such a joke. I think that I should be able to walk into any store in the world, get what I need, and just leave without paying for it. I've put in my dues. It's this money thing that people keep talking about. Hey, Storie? Hey, Terry. How you doing this morning? I'm good. What dimension do you think you're in this morning, sir? You sound a bit weird. Yeah, no, because you woke me up. Oh, sorry, Terry. Oh, is this not 3? 3? Dimension 3? Dimension 3? No, this is dimension 6. Oh, crap. Yeah. Sorry, everybody. I was under the impression that this was a different dimension. And I've been lollygagging off the rigmarole for the past 35 minutes. It's not... and time works differently. It's only been 24 on the calculator here. That's a camera, a phone. And your cheap ass can't get anything better than that. It's probably why it looks like shit. Yeah, we keep telling you, but you don't want any chocolate milk, so... No, I do want chocolate milk. I do. Please. Please send me chocolate milk. No. But yes, less talk, more draw. Okay? Okay. Love you, buddy. Have a good day. Okay, thanks, Terry. Love you too. Hey, my accent's gone. I know, I just took it from you. Why? Because it sucks. You can't do an English accent to save your life. Just draw. Less talk, more draw. Stupid Terry. He's the general producer. That means he's the top hog here. He has the final say in everything, including my intake of chocolate milk, apparently. I don't think that's very fair. I would take rotten chocolate milk at this point. I would take flabbergasted cottage cheese curdled chocolate milk at this point. I don't care. I just want some. I just need some. It's strange because I have access to pretty much anything else. Anything you could dream of. Including the ingredients it would take to make chocolate milk. But it's just not the same. It just doesn't ever taste the same, and they just starve me of it. They've taken away my soul by doing this to me. And this is why I can't do requests, long story short. The bread is in the biscuits, my friends. The bread is in the biscuits. Okay. Thank you, Evan. You have a nice way with words. I don't know if anybody's ever told you that before. Oh man, this stuff's bringing back memories. I think I put this song in my little Matrix parody. Sounds like Christmas music to me, too. There's a specific not Christmas, it's like a Celtic song, but they play it during Christmas a lot, especially in commercials. And it sounds a lot like this. There's like elements of it that are similar. Some kind of little kitty cat. Hello to my reclusive janitor. Well, don't get caught. Otherwise, they'll have my butt. Remember last time? I had the FBI kicking down my door. And I did it for a good cause. You and I were trying to save the world. But still, my cover was blown and now that I'm on their radar. I don't know why I said it like that. Do you see the kitty? Did you see the kitty? And he has a little hairy chin, this kitty cat. I did your request because you actually came here and got to know me before you just demanded to me to do something for you. And I appreciate that. I guarantee you the other person's already gone. I like to test my friends from time to time, and I myself like to be tested on how well I can draw a pussycat. Now, if that ain't a pussycat, well, I'm gonna see wonderful life. That's all. Like with anything, I think you should get to know somebody first before you just do this for me. It's just weird to me. I don't care how nice you sound. I may sound like a dork, and I am a dork, but I'm not a dork. Wait, what? I'm a dork. And he's wearing underwear. Good on the morrow. Well done, Sleepy. Well done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody, this is Sleepy Seahorse. And this is from Starlight Ghosts, Volume 1. Whoa. Oh, this is a jab. That's a jab. But this is another jab. I went living, I went singing, somewhere in the back of my mind. I went digging, I went swimming inside. I came too late to say hello. I'm going, God only knows. All right, back to Sleepy Seahorse. What's going on around these parts? Music. I don't know. I don't really know if I'm teaching anything. I like to think that I encourage. Sometimes you gotta dig deep inside yourself to even find time to be creative. That's what I hear a lot of, that people just don't have time. But I also hear a lot of people that say they want to draw more, or they wish that they could draw like I do, or something like that. And I don't really, I don't think that that's what they mean. Like, I don't think they literally want to draw the things that I draw. Maybe I think that it's mostly them wanting to put things together, like I do. But the best thing about this kind of style of drawing to me is that you can just turn parts of yourself off and watch what comes out when that happens. You know, it's like, you know, a faucet when you just barely have it dripping or going full blast, or you can turn it all the way off sometimes. Think of your mind as like a bunch of faucets, and you can turn off adult parts of you. So you got young child energy, that wonder for life and that lust for life. You know, that cosmic wonder that we all have inside of us. You know, we can't be afraid of it. And you can't let people tell you that it's wrong to dream, because they will. They'll try to stop you, make you feel stupid. But walk a mile in my shoes, that's what I say. I agree. I want to draw with the fluidity in your art while not diminishing the art tones. Yeah, exactly. And because that's all I do. And that's it right there. Just because I take bits and, you know, pieces, or I've studied, you know, the greats basically, and taken away what I like, and I've implemented it into my universe. You know. And that's all art is, you know. It's an evolution of creativity. Because, you know, you're always going to be different, even from like a year before, especially if you stick to it. But think about how far you've come since you were a child, you know, for that matter. And how many times that there's been breakthroughs, or like little teeny things lead to big things, you know. Like I learned how to draw necks. Somebody told, I think it was my grandpa. I was doing all these drawings of these little people doing things, and he was like, "Don't forget to draw necks." And so like it didn't he only had to tell me about necks once, and then I started thinking, oh yeah, when they have hands, there's like wrists too. And I don't know, that one little piece of advice like opened up a whole world of things. I'm like, oh yeah, it's important to pay attention to what people really look like. At least draw necks. It sounds silly, but you're always going to be unique, because even if you're trying to copy somebody else, your stuff's going to be unique because of you, because you are a unique, wonderful snowflake. All of you, all of us. You know, we're also a big melting pot thrown into this mix together, but we all have unique perspectives, you know? So no matter how creative you are, you're always going to be unique about it and original about it, even if you're trying to copy. And I probably wouldn't have said that 5-10 years ago. But I think that's what art is. It's an amalgamation of every single artist that has ever existed. And I'm talking going back to the beginning of time, because I feel a connection with ancient artists just as much as I do graffiti artists, you know, just as much as I do the expensive crap that's on the walls in museums, and the stuff that's in the alley behind the gallery, you know. Money has nothing to do with it. It just adds to the allure. I do like money though. Hey, Diabolical. Oh gosh, I think I'm making out with art. I'm making out pretty good. I just swallowed a snake. He's wiggling in my belly. Man, these songs are cool. I was listening to these songs a lot last summer. I've gone through a lot of crazy changes down here. I think I might be moving back to Portland here pretty soon. Which is crazy, because it's so freaking quiet here. Up there it gets quiet too. But every once in a while you'll just hear like a rapid succession of gunshots. But I love the city. I love people. It's just so flat here where I am. The best thing it has going for it is the ocean. But I'm just as fascinated by a city, by a big ass city, as much as I am the ocean in a way. Just different kinds of energies. I can sit and look at a big city for hours just as much as I can, you know, the ocean. But the Oregon coast is beautiful too. Hey Donna. Thanks for all the nice words, everybody, and the compliments. And I always like to hear more about other people and their journeys too when it comes to art. But yeah, I think of my channel as a place to come to where I can be a dork so you can just be distracted and not have to deal with the crap that everybody else is trying to feed you. And I think that's how art, in one of the ways anyways, art has saved my life. Because it's always been like this shield from this vicious, ugly, stupid world that we live in. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good stuff. And I'm finding it easier to remember that these days too. But when you have the power of creativity on your side, you feel like you feel invincible. It's like being a stoic. You're like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm a badass. In any situation you feel uncomfortable for, oh wait, hold on a second. My ass is, not only am I a humble mother, but I'm a badass humble mother. I gotta go and talk to the guys over at Decades where I did my mural so I can nail down a date for a show. I want to play a show there before I leave. Well, I don't know when I'm leaving, but I think I at least want to set up a show there, maybe in October sometime. How are you, Donna? How are you, Diabolical? However you are, I wish you well. I wish you love, and I wish you light. This is still Sleepy Seahorse. I think it's a family tree. And that's my frog brother up on top there. We used to call him Froggy, but his real name is Froggled. Uh, Froggled the first, because my dad loved him so much. Didn't want to make him a junior, but he just called. My dad's name isn't Froggled either. My dad's name is Toadstool, but he called him Froggle nonetheless. And so then the spear. My Froggle, his brother, is trying to kill me. I think that's me right there with the hair, with the awesome hairdo. Um, and in my right hand, it looks like I have a sword, but I'm squeezing it so hard it's bending the sword because I'm so strong. And muscles, so I have muscles and stuff. There's a fish trying to eat my armpit hair. There's a little fish right there trying to eat my armpit hair. What the hell? That fish has got legs too. A little sucker fish. And then these other teeth right there, and that's pretty much it. That's my pet snake Reggie right there, the one that I probably just swallowed about 20 minutes ago. Oh Donna, so much is up. So much is up. I I recently entered a sweepstakes to go to the on a royal on a Royal Caribbean cruise, and I don't even know where this thing came from. It was under my door when I got home. This envelope with like all this information on it, and it said I won a trip to on a Royal Caribbean cruise, and it said all you have to do is pay $1,000, and then you'll get a $30,000 paid trip. And so of course I went to the bank, got some cash out, and sent it to this weird like handwritten address and stuff. And I'm going to be going on a Carnival cruise trip within like the next like week or so. They didn't really specify when or where I'm supposed to get. They said I was going to get picked up by a limousine. It's going to be awesome. So I promise that I'll go live from the Caribbean, and if there's any pirates or something, I'll film that too because I love shooting and killing pirates. Especially when they don't let me join their gang. I just kill them all. Other than that, things are going pretty good. I've been staying busy at school. I've been learning a lot at school, like my multiplication tables, how to add, how to subtract. I don't know how to do long division yet, but I'm still working on that. The kids are great. They don't have faces yet, but they're getting there. They're getting there. They look kind of like this right here, this little area right now. But they're getting there, just like the drawing. See, art imitates life, baby. That's how it is, Donna. I didn't mean to call you baby like that. We don't know each other like that. Not anymore. My bad. Corleone. Donna Corleone. I love your name. I love names. And most people have them. It's really cool. Let's get under there and do that really quick. And then we take this out and pull it out. Ooh, boom, a little sharp. Ooh, pretty sharp right there. There we go. Do you see? This is where we're getting. This is what's happening here. Oh, come on, thing. No matter where I go, there's like just crazy shadows. Okay. See, that's kind of like an eye right there. And that's a wrist in the middle. An iris. No I risk, no reward. That doesn't make any sense. I'm pretty sure that makes no sense at all. You know, something like that. And you just add little lines here and there. And it makes up a big line. And the big line turns into the drawing. Yeah, social media sucks. I know this is technically social media, but it's a lot different to me, for me anyways. I don't leave like a live stream, or when I post a video, I don't feel weird or guilty afterwards, or sick to my stomach. you know, because even if you go into like the social media stuff with good intentions, you leave with just like a sour stomach because everything it tries to just shove in your face. Because most of the time you don't even see like what your friends are up to. It just switches over to like ads and um, accounts that you don't aren't even subscribed to, and I've said this. I talked about this a few times recently, I think, but how it'll show me like three posts by my friends. Maybe I could go into the settings and change that. But yeah, it'll show me three posts from the thousands of people that I follow or whatever, and then it'll say, "Well, you're all caught up now. Let's watch garbage. Let's watch hot trash. Let's watch the world end." It's like, no, I don't want to watch the world end. I want to see my friend's art. What the hell, you know? It's like you're all caught up. I'm like, well, I just saw one thing. What the? And that's how sick it is. That's literally how it tries to just. Because then as soon as you start watching that first thing, there's a pretty much like a 90% chance you're gonna get sucked into what like doom scrolling for the next like hour, and that's exactly what they want. That's like the whole design, and that pisses me off too. The idea. I mean, I know I'm being controlled and manipulated in all these ways all the time, anyways. But some things, when you can have control, it's best to kind of at least try to, shed. I'm not on Facebook anymore. I just like left it. Didn't even save my pictures or nothing. I just left. I dropped that site like a hot sack of potatoes, and I did Instagram at the same time. But then I went back to Instagram for my art, which it really doesn't do much for, anyways. Like every once in a while, somebody will see something, and they'll ask to buy it, and then they never do. Just like on here, just like on any social media site. I'm a person too, so I mean I've said, oh, I want to buy that, and not done it, I guess. People are people. That's why I don't ever try to hawk my stuff, because you can tell when people are serious and not serious about buying your shit. I can, anyways. If I really wanted to buy something, I would find a way to do it and be like, how much you want for that? What's your email address? We're gonna get more of that. That's how I buy things. Especially the naughty things. Have you ever drawn on naked paper? Oh my gosh, it's so delicious. And that's the thing, it's a control. I know exactly what you're saying, and I said control several times myself. I was listening to this Alan Watts philosophy. I don't know if you've heard of him, but like it was a letting go sort of thing, letting go of things, and the idea that we live in a universe that's completely and absolutely out of control, but it's like perfect because of it. Um, and the more you let go of things and just let the universe be what it is going to be, and we're a part of the universe, whether we like it or not as well. No matter how separated we think we are from it, it's right outside our bedroom window at all times, and we're a reflection of it, and we get to be conscious of it, and I don't know. We don't. The less control you have, the better, I think. But letting go is also. I mean, what am I trying? I can't think of what I'm trying to say. You just can't control things, like it'll eventually, things like that will eventually just control you no matter what. And so that's when you, instead of trying to control it, you just let go. And letting go is way more power. It's like more fulfilling or more life-changing, because the more you can just let go of things and just let them slide off of you, then the better off you'll be. I've tried to control things so much in my life and just been so disappointed, and not and always just blamed other people or my own stupidity, when all I had to do was just let go. But that's really hard too. It's not as easy as it sounds. It just depends on what you mean by control. I guess what I mean by control. But yeah, it's all about finding a balance, and discipline. Being ready when being ready for like the storm when things kind of fall apart. It's about being prepared for the changes that eventually come, because you can't stay in control forever. And the power of expecting the unexpected, I think, is something that is worth mentioning. Because no matter how much control you think you have, somebody will just walk in the door and change your life, or something will happen to you which renders you powerless. Some outside force will change your idea of what control is. For me, Control is it's a Joy Division album. It's pretty good. Those boys are going places. Oh, too soon. Oh crap. There we go. My cat just dies to come out here. Oh, she knows I'm talking about her. What are you doing up there? Abs. She's so silly. Alright, Recluse. You be good, my friend. You take care. Well, Donna, I think, not that I'm like some kind of wise, not that it matters what I think, but I have suffered with addiction too, in different ways. Cigarettes, even, just as an example. I quit smoking cigarettes in 2012. I was a chain smoking fool for pretty much all my life. And the first, I think the first point where you should start cutting yourself some slack is just being aware that there is a problem, you know. A lot of people just go through life and they don't even think about that kind of stuff. And I think it's a testament to the kind of to a person's character, if that makes any sense, if I use those words right. I think it's a testament to you that if you know that you're aware that there's something going on and that you know even because I know what people say, like, oh, I wish I could change this, I wish I could do that, and you know that'll put you on the right path, that'll put your brain on the right path, and it'll start opening little doors here and there and changing little things, and then one day you'll just do something big, and then that'll lead you to the next big thing, and like quitting something or just not going on as much, um, setting boundaries and just disciplining your mind. It's hard. It's really hard, and especially in this day and age when media and all sorts of garbage is just being thrown at you at 1,000 miles an hour all of the time. So you also got to cut yourself some slack. But I think awareness is like the first step towards change, especially self-awareness. Not too much. You still got to be able to think outside the box and put yourself in other people's shoes from time to time in order to find out who you are and where you fit in this huge, weird, cosmic dumpster fire that we find ourselves in. Let's draw some teeth for this thing. Hello, Thatch. I'm just chilling. Chilling like a grubbian villain. That's all. I couldn't sleep. And then all of a sudden, like I started listening to Mr. Ballin. Like I was listening to, what was I listening to? Like ghost stories or something like that. And then I was having all these crazy dreams. And then Mr. Ballin came on. I'm like, man, I gotta get up. Because he was about to drop some like crazy story that he was saying. I just got done telling this story, and it took me a while because it's so heavy and yada yada. So I wasn't ready for a heavy story. It's like, I'm just gonna get up and go draw. It could. You never know. Plus, I get taken away a lot. There, now we've got some teeth. Now he's got a bite. Oh my god, damn it. This is something that I was doing the other day. And then I touched it, and oh my god. What are you doing up there? Don't even think of that. My cat is so cute. You can come down, sweetie. I was just kidding. There she is up there on her little perch. It's like a little angel cleaning the bones of the dead out of her little claws and stuff. Oh, there she goes. Go kill more people. Good girl. Go kill those souls. Poor souls. Alright, and then you can just, all you do is sort of just draw the line right there. Like that. Oh! It's hard drawing it sideways. There we go. What are you doing down there? Hmm? Say hello to the people. Huh? What is that? Happy. Happy. She hates being touched. Okay. Good girl. It's fun drawing on these things. Whatever they're called. Dry erase boards, I guess. I should know that. It's not my style. Thanks for that information. But this is actually Ricky Rat, so it's not the same. It's definitely not Mickey. I don't know where you got the Mickey thing. Ricky is much more handsome. The other night I was doing a video on how to draw Ricky Rat, and that's why I'm doing this, and I think it is in my style. He looks happy. I like to draw happy things. Thatch, you should know this. You know how I love to draw happy things. There we go. And then I'm just gonna, I sign my name. And that's, oh wait, my name's not Thatch. My name is S. Grubb the Third. Perfect. And then I'm gonna ship this over to somebody today, through the mail. What is that, a bug? Oh man. Great. Wasn't even a funny joke, dang it. But it was cool while it lasted. Do you believe in Santa Claus? No? I do. Fucker owes me $10. Hold on, everybody. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to get situated here. I'm very technical here at Storie Grubb Draws. Oh! Earthquakes. Thank you, Thatch. I love you. Hold on to your butts just for one moment. There we go. I'm trying to make it to where that shadow isn't there, but it's like impossible. Ooh, that's sort of interesting. Ah, the shadow is still there. It doesn't matter. Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy frickin' Saturday. So everybody's coming over later for chips and dip? There's plenty. Oh, the whole Grubb family is gonna be over here today, and there we go. He looks like a gremlin. Little gremlin cat. I think I'm going to head out, everybody. Thanks for chilling with me. Thanks for chilling. Tonight I should be having Sleepy Seahorse on. We're gonna hang out and talk about music and all sorts of cool stuff. So I hope that happens tonight. So that'll be Saturday night, which is today night. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And thank you for the company. Thank you, Therma. Good night, Therma. That's my water heater. And all that fun stuff. And I hope you all have a good Saturday. Well, hopefully we'll talk to you soon. Goodbye, Thatch. Goodbye, Pasa. Goodbye, friends. One and all.